Hey, good afternoon everybody, it's Tom Walsh, and that's a 1450 E-Classic. It's mine. So I wanted to make another video for some of the guys and tell you what I did this fall before I started my unit back up. Apologize to Central Boiler because I did not follow the instructions when I first put the unit in 100%. I think everybody's done that at some point. What I did to correct it, and if it made any difference, and you'll see and you'll hear what I have to say, so make up your minds from there. So today what I'm doing is I'm cleaning my 1450. It's a bi-monthly cleaning, is where I strip the whole thing down, clean out all the whole thing, the ash, everything, soup to nuts. I'm going to take off the primary air blower, you know, the module, the solenoid module, and then I'm going to show you inside that after 2 weeks, because I cleaned it 2 weeks ago. Every week I shut the unit off and I clean out the reaction chamber, vacuum out that whole area in the back, and then put it back online. But every 2 weeks I strip her down. Just my own point of view and take on this whole unit is these units, the 1450, are not designed for a person who doesn't really have any skills mechanically, doesn't have the wherewithal to keep maintaining them. If you try and set these units, the new ones, set it and forget it, it's going to fail. You're going to have all sorts of problems. So, alright, so let's go over what I'm doing right now. I've taken out some of the ash from the box. I got my sacrificial lamb, and I've already started vacuuming out the inside of the firebox. I've scraped it. The scraper I've shown before is just a paint scraper on top of here. I took out my charging tube. You can see after 2 weeks, that's what she looks like. It's not too bad. I'm going to clean all this up, put it all back in. Other tools. I'll go over with you real quick. My boiler brushes. These are part of my bi-weekly. This one right here, you can see, this is 1 inch round. This goes in my side holes over there. This is a flat one. That goes in the back, 2 small holes. It does alright. I could get a smaller one, but this is what they had. Anyway, going to inspect the rope down below here. I keep a spool of that. That's 7/8 rope. I go through 2 or 3 of those a year. They start to become brittle. You can see it right there. Well, you can't feel it like I can, but it's getting a little brittle. You can see where it's melted right there. So another 2 weeks I'll take this out, put a new piece in. This was new this past year. This has got 1 year old on wear on the inside here, which isn't too bad. I did the door gasket. I had the video on that. So what I did this year was, in the fall, was I added 2 more stacks to get the draft for the primary airflow. That helped a lot. I am 93 feet away from my house, and it's almost even my roof line, so I get a better draft. So that's where I apologize for CV, because just keeping the 2 stacks, the not enough draft affects the primary air. Should have done that to begin with. The other thing I added this year was the Wi-Fi XP module, new computer. And one thing I do when I put it in there is I silicone the back side inside here where the computer attaches to it, so no moisture gets back there, because when I took it out I saw cobwebs and other junk and evidence of moisture. And I also run a bead of silicone across the top here, so when the water comes down, it runs down the side. This Firestar module, I recommend it highly to everybody. It's worth the money. So the other thing is, so I got the whole unit opened up back here. I cleaned my chimney today, ran the brush up there, the polypropylene brush up there, little fine soot. I'm going to clean out the heat exchangers, primary air tube. What I already did today was, I had done this year, was I oiled the fan You'd unbolt the fan, take it out. There's a wheat pole on the side for the oil. Use the 3-in-1 motor oil, and I let it sit, and now it's actually just going down inside the bearing, so it's just gonna leak right inside there, which is perfect. Lubricate the bearings and such. So the other thing was I did, and you know, this fall, was I've been having problems with my primary air tube. I'm getting a little back pressure, and so what I did was, before starting her up, I used this. I found this online. I'll put this up here. And what this is, it's a ceramic paint. I found it online at a company in New York. It's good up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. I know damn well that that primary air tube is not to get to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the reason why you're asking, why did you put that inside there? For those of you who have not seen my other videos, I'm having problems where the creosote actually gets inside the primary air cleaner. And what's happened is it's actually started to erode the elbow here. So I'm going to take it off for the first time and I'll show you. Apologize, I got nobody help me today video, so it's just me. This is a new elbow, by the way. If you call CB, these are made in stainless steel. It's not the highest quality of stainless steel, but they say it's stainless steel. It's actually held up a lot better than the other elbows for the primary air tube. Now, this is 2 weeks old of accumulation of creosote. It's in the primary. And again, here's 2 weeks worth. Now what I did was, if you notice, you can actually see how thin this is here and how thick that is there. The creosote is actually eating away the metal. So in order to fix that, 2 ways. One is I can send the unit back to Central Boiler, ship it back to them. At my cost, they'll fix it. Put a new tube in there. This goes through the water jacket. And then they'll ship it back to me. I gotta pay for that too. The freight, both ways. But they'll put a new tube in it. The gentleman who's in town here in Rhode Island, in Narragansett, is a welder. He wouldn't touch it because it goes through the water jacket. You gotta scrape all the foam away too on top of this. It's a real hassle. You can't line it because you can't get to the other side to weld it. And if you open up the other side of the firebox, you can jeopardize the firebox. Now I have warranty problems. Not worth it. So now to prolong the life of it, I painted it on the inside. You can't tell now, but it was nice and white. And so I'm getting every 2 weeks, so it's not too bad. Last year, this time, without the 2 stacks on it, I had this thing filled like that every 2 weeks with just debris and creosote coming back into there. My secondary is nice and clean. That's not a problem. So what I did was, I've developed this tool, just a wire brush and a drill bit extension. And what I do is I put on the drill and I put it inside here and I spin it on the drill. And I'll spin it and I'll clean it all out, and I'm going to show you when I get done with it. But it goes all the way inside there and then it spins, and I bring it slowly out through there. So that's what I'll do next, to clean all that out, and I'll paste the videos together.